Human hybrids, scary legends about disgusting creatures, Catholic mystery. In our woods and forests, people have encountered mysterious cryptid creatures that resemble demons, angels, and other beings that appear like monsters from folklore. These entities are being spotted regularly. In this video, we'll focus on the more bizarre winged cryptids and explore their spiritual nature and potential ties to the abominations described in the Book of Enoch. On the video below, I will share a few stories about these winged cryptids being spotted by people, including the locations where they were seen. Mysterious creatures of the Jersey region. For those unaware, cryptids are animals that cryptozoologists believe may exist somewhere in the wild, but whose existence is disputed or unsubstantiated by science. The first cryptid I'll discuss is the Jersey Devil. The common description is that of a bipedal, kangaroo-like or wyvern-like creature with a horse or goat-like head, leathery bat-like wings, horns, small arms with clawed hands, legs with cloven hooves, and a forked or pointed tail. One of the most compelling reports actually comes from a Navy commander. The Jersey Devil's fame solidified in January 1909, when nearly 1,000 reports came in from eyewitnesses throughout South Jersey. While testing cannonballs at Hanover Mills Works in the Pine Barrens, Navy Commander Stephen Decker reportedly saw the creature and shot at it. The cannonball blew a hole in the devil, but it wasn't fazed by the projectile. Strange tracks were found in the fields, but bloodhounds allegedly refused to follow them. The Jersey Devil incident quieted down for a while until 1927, when a taxi driver in Salem City allegedly encountered the Jersey Devil while changing a tire. After sightings of the Jersey Devil were reported in 1960, wealthy merchants offered a $250,000 reward for the capture of the beast. Forest rangers are experts when it comes to the wildlife that inhabits the woods they patrol. But in 1980, Wharton State Forest Chief Ranger Alan McFarland saw something that both grossed him out and stumped his knowledge of wild animals. He came across a brutal scene on a South Jersey farm where a pack of pigs had been hunted, but not by a human or any other known creature. He reported that the backs of their heads were eaten and their bodies were scratched and torn. However, there were no tracks surrounding the bodies and no blood on the ground. My best guess is that whatever did this to the pigs was some sort of creature that can fly, since there weren't any tracks or blood. This is another encounter from yet another park ranger. In 1993, Forest Ranger John Irwin was driving along the Mullica River when he saw a strange creature blocking the road ahead of him. He said it was about 6 feet tall, with horns and matted black fur. The two stared at each other for several minutes before the creature turned and ran into the forest. The few people I've mentioned so far had credibility, and they honestly had more to lose than they had to gain by speaking about these sightings. This Jersey Devil oddly resembles how demons have been depicted for centuries. Is this some type of undiscovered winged cryptid, or is it something much darker? How have these mythical creatures been mentioned in the Bible? The Bible describes several mysterious creatures that were created. The most notorious biblical creatures are Leviathan and Behemoth. These are monstrous figures in the Bible, but when it comes to creatures such as the Jersey Devil, the Book of Giants may explain these creatures' origins in more detail. The Book of Giants was initially a part of the more well-known Book of Enoch. This book tells us how humans and animals became the subject of genetic experiments carried out by a group of divine entities known as the Watchers. These experiments went horribly wrong, and monstrosities were the result of these crossbreeds between humans and animals. The Book of Enoch tells us that these fallen Watcher angels took 200 of several different species of animals, including humans, for unnatural acts. This was all for a process known as miscegenation, which essentially means that these angels combined DNA from several animals and humans to create mysterious hybrid creatures. These are the exact animals these angels used in these genetic experiments. 200 of every bird species, 200 donkeys, 200 goats, 200 rams, and 200 beasts. I find it interesting that we were told this in a book that is over 2,000 years old. Witnesses describe almost every cryptid as being half human and half animal creatures. Just imagine if an animal had the consciousness of a human being, how intelligent they would be, and how incredibly elusive they could be if they chose to. There are even more stories about people who have had run-ins with what can only be described as biblically accurate hybrid creatures. Mothman is a cryptid originating from Point Pleasant, West Virginia, where it was first sighted in the 1960s. This winged humanoid creature with glowing red eyes has become synonymous with disaster due to its alleged appearance before tragic events, such as the collapse of the Silver Bridge in 1967. On November 15, 1966, two young couples from Point Pleasant, Roger and Linda Scarberry, and Steve and Mary Millette, told police they had seen a large black creature with glowing red eyes standing at the side of the road near the TNT area, the site of a former World War II munitions plant. Linda Scarberry described it as a slender, muscular man about 7 feet tall with white wings. However, she was unable to discern its face due to the hypnotic effect of its eyes. Distressed, the witnesses sped away, reporting that the creature flew after their car, making a screeching sound. It pursued them as far as the Point Pleasant city limits. Over the next few days, more people reported similar sightings after local newspapers covered the story. Two volunteer firemen who saw it said it was a large bird with red eyes. Mason County Sheriff George Johnson believed the sightings were due to an unusually large heron. Contractor Newell Partridge told Johnson that when he aimed a flashlight at a creep in a nearby field, its eyes glowed like bicycle reflectors. Additionally, he blamed buzzing noises from his television set and the disappearance of his German Shepherd dog on the creature. Let me pause a brief for asking you a favor. Our channel is dedicated to uncovering the most mysterious cryptid legends from around the world. But we need your help to continue this journey into the unexplained. By subscribing to our channel, you become part of a community of explorers, skeptics, and believers who share a passion for these cryptid tales. Don't just be a spectator, join the conversation. Please leave the comments below the video. Your insights, theories, and personal encounters are what make this community special. Whether it's discussing the latest sightings or diving deep into ancient folklore, your voice matters here. Chilling legends of mythical creatures, able to transform into anything they desire. Although skinwalkers aren't primarily winged cryptid creatures, they are capable of turning into whatever they want. Perhaps all of the cryptids we previously mentioned are skinwalkers themselves. A skinwalker is a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. These witches are seen as the antithesis of Navajo values, performing malevolent ceremonies and using manipulative magic in stark contrast. Contrast to the beneficial works of medicine people, the legend of skinwalkers is deeply embedded in Navajo tradition and rarely discussed with outsiders. This reticence is partly due to cultural taboos and the lack of contextual understanding by non-Navajos. Stories often depict skinwalkers using their powers for evil, and they are considered a source of fear and mystery. Within Navajo communities, traditional accounts describe them as powerful sorcerers who, after engaging in various nefarious acts, gained the ability to transform into animals. There are continuous reports about people who swore they encountered one of these entities. On one occasion, a group of soldiers saw an old man inside of a classified military base. It shouldn't have even been possible for him to get into. When the soldiers confronted him, the old man just sat there, as if he didn't speak the soldiers' language. The soldiers briefly took their eyes off the man to discuss how they would handle the situation, but when they looked back, the man wasn't there. Instead, a rabbit had taken his place. This obviously left the men confused, but eventually, they took their eyes off the rabbit for a split second. Astonishingly, when they looked back, neither the man nor the rabbit was there. Instead, the old man was on the other side of the fence, just staring at the soldiers. Considering how old the man was, this should not have been possible. It doesn't seem very logical that an elderly man could cover that distance and jump over a barbed wire fence in a matter of seconds. Do you like the stories about the skinwalkers? Make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Each video brings a new story, a new legend, and perhaps even new evidence that could change what we think we know about these mysterious creatures. Liking and sharing our content not only helps us grow, but it also spreads intrigue and wonder to others who, like you, are captivated by the unknown. We also invite you to leave comments with your thoughts, suggestions, or even your own cryptid stories. Who knows? Your story might be featured in our next video. So, if you're ready to embark on an adventure into the world of cryptids, subscribe now and let's explore the unknown together. The mythical creature in Golden Valley, North Carolina. Over the years, Something or someone has lived in the woods of Golden Valley, North Carolina, and it has not been that many years since there were numerous reported sightings of a human-like creature with long fingernails and canine-like teeth. The creature was said to have long black hair growing on its body and was reported to have attacked many farm animals in the area. Some people claim to have seen the creature stand up on its hind legs, and it was reported that the creature or creatures were around 7 feet tall or taller. There were many reports of the creature being seen, and though some people said they got a good shot at it, they either missed or the creature wasn't harmed by the bullet. One story that has been told over and over is that the state brought in a hunter to try to capture the creature. The state hunter used dogs to chase the creature several times in the Golden Valley area, but then one day, the hunter packed up his dogs and left. The story that went around was that the hunter got spooked and refused to hunt the creature any longer. The tale goes that the state hunter used his dogs to chase the creature out onto a sandbar on a local river. According to the story, the creature looked like a cross between a man and a big wolf. As the creature ran out onto the sandbar, it changed from a giant wolf-like creature that ran on its hind legs into a big man, who then jumped into the river and swam away. The state hunter, who was part Native American from South Carolina, told the local authorities what he had seen and informed them that he and his dogs were going home to South Carolina. The local authorities said the hunter was crazy, but other people over the years had seen something similar, so maybe the hunter did see what he claimed. How can something be spotted so frequently by millions of people who don't even know each other or have anything in common, from military officials to regular civilians? In conclusion, our question of the day is, how can something be spotted so frequently by millions of people who don't even know each other or have anything in common? From military officials to regular civilians? Comment below and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share the videos for your friends and family. Press like and bell buttons. Have fun and see you later.